Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to the Sagecast, where paradigms shift and words are adrift. Let's get sailing, people. Welcome to the Sagecast, guys. My name's Sage, and we have some very special guests.
A little bit special, not so special.
Oh, super special, man. Super special. So we just got back from an event, Zen Awakening. We're kind of reintegrating and just have a lot of downloads, I think, a lot of things to share. And I wanted to give these guys a platform to speak and introduce themselves. We have Nader and Justin. And yeah, why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves and what?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. You can start, actually.
Okay. My name is Justin, born in Iowa. Do you guys know what Iowa stands for?
No.
Tell me. I'm out wandering around. Basically, I've had a really amazing life for the most part. It's been a roller coaster, but I've done a lot of traveling in my life, especially this summer. I've been to 15 festivals, and I just met Sage at Zen Awakening a few days ago, and wasn't expecting this, but it's amazing, and here we are.
Welcome, man.
Here we are, yeah. That's quite the life you created, man. Just
Tumbling from one nice thing to another.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been out on the wildfires all summer. I don't know if you guys know, I work as a paramedic on the wildfires. I'm also a boat captain, and so obviously I get a lot of crazy stories from doing what I do, but it's nice to be able to sit down and talk about things, because it's not every day I'm in a building where I can sit down and like produce quality productions like this. So this is nice. This is a real nice change of pace. Thank you guys for being here. And yeah,
Thank you for opening up this space, brother.
of course, brothers.
It's fun.
Thank you for your numerous.
It's fun, and it's very interesting to do this in front of a mic.
Yeah, 100%.
This is a challenge, thing, and thank you for doing it. It kind of, you know what this looks like, and it feels like already. You kind of have the Sean O'Malley, the Sugar Sean podcast. Yeah. We got the Sugar, so we shout out Sugar Sean from the first podcast.
All right, Sugar Sean, shout out Sugar Sean. Yeah.
Shout out.
No. Yeah, no, I mean, just act like the mic isn't there. I mean, honestly, you have some beautiful things to teach, and oh, of course, man, this weekend has been nothing but lessons from Nader here, so yeah, definitely want to hear some wisdom if you care to share,
Yeah, I mean, I was telling you before this, that this is something I'm very scared of and very shy, and can easily trip and spiral into a block. But I said yes because I've actually felt the need to, or feel called and enjoy talking to my brothers about a couple of things that I've been seeing over here.
Sure.
So thanks for sharing this.
Of course.
Yeah. And where would we like to start? Let's start with the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of the heart, can I have some love?
Yeah, you can have some.
Primero.
Oh,
We're gonna speak some Spanish on here too. Hope y'all don't mind.
No problemo.
Encendedor?
I actually have Duolingo. I just downloaded a couple weeks ago. I'm starting to learn Spanish again.
Oh, heck yeah, man.
Right on. Pues yo hablo bien español, entonces cualquier cosa me avisas. No, but yeah, Nader was telling me this beautiful story about how when you passed the tobacco, you were saying your good friend was.
It was we were in it was my first mushroom trip ever, and I had a friend of mine who was guiding the journey, and after a while, tobacco was one of the things that I wanted to let go of, or the addiction, or the hanging on to it, that clinginess that I have to it. I wanted to just like let go of it. I could feel it weighing me down. And so that was one of the intentions for the mushroom, and I heard that it helps with addictions. So I had a very strong intention to overcome addiction. And when I went in there, by the end of it, I could feel myself craving a cigarette again, craving tobacco again. And I told my friend that, you know, like I want tobacco. I want to have a cigarette right now. I know that this is supposed to heal me, but I'm having this intense desire to smoke a cigarette right now. And he's like, so what do you want? He's like, I want a cigarette. He's like, no, you don't want a cigarette. And I'm like, you know, he's like, you want love. And it was, you know, maybe experientially it was like something was missed in the story that, you know, when we really recognize that this deep desire is actually like, when this like deep desire is actually a desire for love, and I'm like, I really just sat down and I remembered this feeling like, oh my God, I want love. And I'm not ashamed to say that anymore. Oh my God, it's finally when I was able to get that I want love. And then I was able to go back there.
Too much love.
Too much love. And I was able to go back there. When I smoked it, it tasted completely different. It tasted as if it tasted the first time I could have the full experience. Once I was aware of what I was actually doing, which was actually seeking love, then it tasted different. When I realized that when I was picking up my phone because I'm seeking love, then the experience of, oh my God, I'm seeking love. So
right.
that everything changed, the flavor of everything changed.
Right.
You know? So
Yeah.
now we have this running joke. He's totally riding me on this, you know? Every time he looks at me, I'm talking to joke. He's like, you want to give me some love?
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
intangible, you know?
Might sound a little odd to outsiders.
Yeah, which is nice.
That's good. You want to, I mean, we need to normalize love again, you know? Like Brazo, Joey's brother. By the way, this is Joey. This is our tech guy, our Jamie, if you will.
It makes it all feel official.
Getting
And
that
actually be official.
Getting that Rogan energy in here, man.
Oh yeah, he's ready to look some stuff
Shout
up.
out
We're
to
good.
Rogan.
Shout out Rogan.
Shout out, bro.
Oh yeah, I've been listening to Rogan since like he was just doing podcasts on his cell phone, like literally. I was like, this is so weird because he literally like one of his podcasts. It's one in the first 100 probably. It's so real. It was one of the ones he only did with just audio too.
Yeah.
And he just sat down with his phone and he literally I think he was using just a like the normal earbuds, the original iPhone earbuds.
Yep.
Just talking into earbuds. And I was listening to this dude for like 2 hours. And I'm like,
This
okay.
is amazing.
yeah, no, I was like, this is great though.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of good stuff, and a lot of good wisdom.
How did he start out? How was his like vibe first starting out?
It was hilarious. It was like he was using a little laptop, and he was using like all these little cheesy effects. Like he used some random studio program, and basically, I'm like, oh yeah, the effects. But yeah, so he was using there was this all like he would use little effects and like play with like snowballs falling across the screen and stuff, and
Oh yeah.
and he had like the original Red Band, and he was throwing in his sound effects, so it was a lot less organized, but
Shouts out Red Band, the Podfather.
yeah, so but it's like anything, Rome wasn't built in a day, so
Yep.
I mean, shit, this is our first day. I'm already taking so much in. I'm like, okay, wait, maybe someone's going to hit their elbow on that.
Yeah.
No, I'm already making a mess over here. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you have
I
your
make
space.
a mess, I clean it up.
You got like a mini table over there. It's great. No, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
So, yeah, it's a work in progress. Everything's a work in progress. Everything starts from zero experience. You know, like I was telling people.
I was just talking to someone about you, about this. Yeah.
Okay, I love it. Thank you.
Just go for it.
Yeah, just go for it, man. You never know what's gonna happen. You know, I've been dreaming about this for a while, so dreams come true. You know.
Yeah, manifestation.
I've been saying for the longest time. I just want a desk, like a desk. And a place that's not, because I've been living out of an RV. Like, yeah, thank you so much, desk.
We got it.
Thank you, land.
Thank you, land. Thank you. I think this is originally native Seminole land, so shout out to the Seminoles.
Jamie there with Joe on his first podcast?
No, he came in later.
Oh, just curious. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm an early recruit, so.
This is just gonna turn into a Joe Rogan fan podcast. No.
Yeah. Oh no.
I mean, he is the godfather of this. You know, I feel like every podcast.
One of them for sure.
Yeah, like every podcast, one of them. Yeah. So I feel like it's only appropriate to shout him out. Does anybody know how to silence phones anymore?
Oh, it's all good, man. It happens.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Let's start with a question. I can start off with a question then. To kick this off. What for you is the most valuable thing that you find when you're looking around and meeting all these people? Like you meet all these people, you just came back from Zen Awakening. What is the most valuable thing that you find that you're looking for, or that you feel brings you value? And beyond point of ethics, it's not like what is ethical or what is right. It's what do you really are finding valuable, like really enjoying in this festival, other than the beauty of the beautiful, which is for sure valuable, but maybe on a deeper level.
Yeah. Well, I do know everyone has their own divine uniqueness and own lessons to share. Everyone has a specialty in one way or another. So being around so many talented and unique people is it's beautiful to see that contrast. But I'm not sure if I understand the question though.
Like, what is the thing that you just find most valuable? Like, for example, if you're gonna go out and the things that you find, like, like in this worldly place, maybe, what do you find most valuable? Like, for example, in this room, to create this setting where we are right now.
What do I find the most?
What how did it get to be? How did this come to be?
Yeah, I mean,
and what do you value in this experience? And
my experience, I come from a very like practical way of living. You know, being a paramedic, boat captain thing. Like, I live in a very physical realm. So when I see someone like you working hard, I gain so much respect, or you gain so much respect. You know,
so you just like exactly just like hit it on the head right there. And like when like these dangers, this is like the thing that I want to get. And we talked about this a little bit, you know. But like you're doing all these things that require deep service. You're doing all these things that require a lot of deep service, and you see that when you're really giving in these times where service is required, because this world can be challenging. There is a challenge in this world, and when you see somebody being able to complete this challenge and not be overcome by it, this is why we like heroic stories. It really inspires us. It really helps us move along, and so work, to be able to just work, to do the work, and here, this is actually one thing that I wanted to share, and I found this in a few people. I found this in our hippie culture a little bit. Although there are many outliers in the hippie culture, there are some standout people in the hippie culture. But a little part of the hippie culture, what the hippie culture is known for, is like not being good workers.
Sure.
And
but some people also don't understand, which is that art is work, you know. So that's a factor, you know what I'm saying? So like, I can build a house in the time that it would take someone to paint the most immaculate mural, you know. So it's like,
yes, of course, it's a service. So if the service is through art or whatever, but whatever the service is and whatever the need is to be fulfilled, there is a work to be put in it.
sure.
Michelangelo probably broke his back painting the Sistine Chapel, you know.
Yeah, and it's so hard to like gauge the value of art nowadays. I mean, I was looking.
We're not trying to praise any material thing right now. I'm not trying to praise it. We're just trying to like discuss the idea of work and how to be able to do work is actually extremely valuable. It's not like this thing like, oh, work and culture, like there's a lot of things that are about the matrix, and it's the matrix and the matrix this and the matrix that. Yes, but work is not a matrix topic. Work is actually kind of could be seen as a spiritual practice, as a divine state that we are in. And actually, like, this is the separation from heaven, you know. And like, so there's this, in short, you know, like we can like actually transition into like, you know, like this is the separation from heaven. You know, in heaven we don't have to work and we don't have to wait for anything.
Right. That reminds me of some wisdom I learned was, you know, who you are is not what you do necessarily. You know, who you are is not what you do, and that ties into the afterlife, and our purpose is fulfilled there, right? Our purpose can be started and fulfilled here on earth, but there's a balance, I think. You know, there's a balance between this is my job, this is my work, this is my trade. It can begin your purpose, in my opinion, but who you are is not really exactly what you are currently doing on this earth to make money or to provide for your family, etc. So that just reminded me of that bit of wisdom.
The purpose is after the after.
Sure.
Actually reminded me of a rune reading that I just had with my ayahuasca shaman, Naberto. And I asked him what my sole purpose in life is. And he said, to be happy. And they say do what you love. So I think if the work you're doing is something you love, you'll be happy. So.
Yeah, I mean, I would, you know, joy. For me, love is a combination of joy and peace. And like too much joy, you know, joy without peace can actually lead to pain. So there's like this balance, and for me, like this is the duality of love. You know, so there is like this is mixing the concepts of like we don't want to work, we're in heaven. Yes, there is a heaven. I'm not saying there's not a heaven. There is. This is a state that we can reach in, but there is work to get there. This is, you know,
what type of work?
Well, even Jesus was
any
a
kind
carpenter.
of work. Everything is work.
Yeah, everything's also a blessing too. I don't know.
But here's what I wanted to say. You know, for it's to you know that working, you know, it can really having the correct relationship with work can really liberate you in this world. You know, all my life when I was working because I was trying to make the money so that I can be liberated and not work again. But that won't liberate me. That will only make me addicted to money. What I need to do is actually fix my relationship with work. So that's what I needed to do. And when I understood from this very nice Jewish story that was taught to me, that I learned, is that we were in the Garden of Eden. And in the Garden of Eden, we didn't need to wait or work for anything. And then, for one reason or another, we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. Meaning what? Meaning Adam and Eve now had to work and wait for their food. And a continuation. Now what's hell? Hell is working and waiting for nothing. Fruitless labor. And this is mentioned over and over again in different ways. So heaven, it's very clear. Now it's very clear. Heaven is fruitful labor, fruitful, just fruitful. You know, earth is fruit with labor, and hell is fruitless labor. Which is why when you steal from somebody, you are creating hell. And when you're destroying life. This is.
Oh yeah, karma is so
a work
real,
that's been done, that's been destroyed, and that's a value for life. You know, that's just valuing life. In the Auschwitz camp, they made their prisoners carry the rocks from the Jews carry the rocks from one side of the courtyard to the other side of the courtyard, and the next day, from one side back to the initial side. They didn't even let them build anything. They wanted them to feel, they understood what hell was, and they wanted them to feel it.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's a good distinction.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for this distinction.
Mm-hmm.
And love, you know, love is like is how we deal with the unknown. And you know,
Faith.
Clear the air after that one.
Yeah.
we're at these adornments on the table.
Alright, yes, this is my tepi. I got in Peru and Pucallpa.
Bro.
So this comes from the Shipibo tribe. It's crafted out of Palo Santo. It also has turquoise built into it, and some mushrooms here, some rose quartz, regular quartz, tiger's eye going all along the
Beautiful.
bottom here. So,
Yay.
dude, this thing has blessed me so much. I've given so many powerful ceremonies with that. It's been amazing. I abuse it sometimes, but I try not to. But,
It looks powerful.
right?
Yeah.
This shell, well, this shell is kind of a representation of another shell that I found. So when I was sailing in Belize, we were doing a lot of like free diving, and I met this guy. He was like, "Let's go look for conch." So I'm like, "All right." Get all my gear on, and we're using this dinghy. He's pulling me by this dinghy. I'm in the water getting pulled while I have my head with the snorkel, looking for conch.
Conch? Is that what it's
Conch, yeah. This is a baby. Like, this is a baby queen.
Yeah.
But they grow to like four times that size, you know. But yeah. So I'm doing this thing. I see one, and then so I'm like, okay, cool. I see one. I come up for a minute because I'm like, yo, I see one, and then I go back down, and it's literally fucking gone. Like, these conchs, they're so good at like disguise.
Wow.
It's crazy because
Wow.
yeah, because they blend in. They grow. What they do is they grow coral on their shell and shit. So, when you see them on the ocean floor, it's just like another rock, you know. So I missed the first one. Yeah, for sure. I missed the first one, but then we kept going, and then I saw a queen, and that time I just went. I didn't tell him anything. I just went straight down and got it. I didn't know it was a queen, but
You're
yeah.
not supposed to pick those?
Well, in Florida, you can't harvest conch at all.
Okay.
Yeah. But Belize, I think it's okay. You know, well, people just don't
You care about them that much.
That would they can't even enforce it, dude. It's like
Yeah.
you're in an island, fucking hundreds of miles off, like you know what I'm saying. So it's like, but yeah. So I pull up this queen, and I'm like, I didn't think much of it, but when I came up on the boat. He's like, dude, what the fuck? You just found a queen conch, bro. Like I think they were saying only 1 in 20,000. Yeah, like only 1 in 20,000 are queens, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, like, they say people that live there that free dive for years, they never see a queen.
Huh. Amazing.
So that was my first conch I ever pulled up, and it was what? So we brought it to shore, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's a queen conch." I'm like, "Fuck, all right, this is cool." But I didn't want to do the thing because a lot of people they'll hammer a hole in the shell, and so I didn't want to do that. So I want to preserve the shell, and so I told them. Apparently, they're really hard to get out without making the hole, and so I looked up a method where you could put them in the freezer. Kind of sounds fucked up, but eventually they die in the freezer and you can get them out really easily. And then there was another method that I learned later on. But long story short, they didn't let me it was so fucked up because I was captaining this boat, right? But I was captaining for these fucking old, yachty, prissy motherfuckers. And, yeah, they were just like, oh, it's gonna smell on the boat. Don't bring it on the boat. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Dude, but I had to let it go. I left it there. I was like, here, just because I met some people on the island, where it was. I was like, just put it in the freezer. If you can, mail me the shell later on. And but I don't think, that shit didn't work out. And then so I told this story when I got the Cozumel to a local there, and he was like, dude, I got this.
So how big was it?
The one I got was like basically.
Whoa.
Yeah. It had all these crazy swirl designs, like it's nuts, like this, but like way more expanded through the whole thing. It was beautiful. Yeah, they're beautiful.
Sorry you had to lose it.
It's all good, man.
You should have probably thrown it back.
No attachment.
You should have probably thrown it back. I bet you're wishing you threw it back now.
I kind of do. Yeah. Well, like that's another thing they were giving. Oh,
it's dying.
It's all good. We got the other one going.
Cool.
Yeah, it was. They wanted me to.
You want to put that on the charger?
Might as well go do that.
Yeah, they wanted me to. They were like really hounding my ass, like, "Oh, you're not a fucking conservationist, blah blah blah." I'm like, dude, it's the first fucking conch I ever found. Like, give me a break. I'm not like out here fucking.
Hunting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get it though. It's actually like they're kind of right.
I mean, yeah, I feel you. People abuse it.
Then we're back to the idea of art, and you were talking about art being important. So we're taking this piece of art and like probably gonna put it in our homes, or we're gonna put it on a table.
Yeah, I know.
The table.
So this one got gifted to me from this dude I met in Mexico. So yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy what they do in Mexico.
What is your favorite like Central American country so far?
Central America?
Yeah.
Well, that's a tough one. By the way, weed is legal here, and let me stop.
Yeah.
Wherever
in this particular room.
Wherever we are in the world, weed is legal. Yeah. So I don't know. So I know I've been to 4 different Latin American, Central American countries. I've been to Panama, Guatemala, Mexico, and Belize. So, and I'm going to get to know. Well, actually, I've been to Honduras. I lied. just for a brief moment, or like 6 hours, whatever it was. But so I'm going to get to know more of Honduras, possibly Nicaragua, and Costa Rica.
Is Ecuador central or south?
Ecuador is south.
It's south.
Ecuador, así es. Hermano, ponte las pilas.
Did you meet Yoshi this weekend?
Yes, yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head there.
To what, Ecuador?
Yeah. Copa, Beach Copa. I saved it on my phone.
Dale.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's nice there because it's all dollars, so.
Well,
it's still pretty good price.
Okay, glad to hear that.
Yeah, so. Anyways, I would tell y'all about these crystals, but I don't know really too much about crystals. These got all given to me from Miles Rodriguez, aka Miles Optimistic. I don't know. He was on one of my first podcasts. So this is my second podcast. I used to do the Tiny Home podcast, but this time it's a little bit more organized, a little bit more space.
It's like the Fibonacci sequence on the
Yeah.
spiral here.
Oh, okay,
Nice
nice.
and organized, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Big
Yeah.
time, as Nate would say.
Big time.
Brazo, shout out to Brazo, huh?
Shout out Razman, the farmer himself.
Yeah, Fibonacci sequence. Apparently, it's found all throughout nature.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah, the rule of nines, or what is it? Maybe I'm just.
Sounds right. The spiral. Yep.
Yeah, I know some geometry.
I guess trees grow. The branches grow in the exact Fibonacci sequence. So it's this same sequence that branches grow on trees.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I always wondered how the ratio that it's a ratio,
Mhm.
1 point something something something.
Mhm.
So how is this ratio? There cannot be any two numbers where it creates a number that doesn't end. We don't have two integers that if we divide them by each other, they create a number that doesn't end, like the Fibonacci or the pi. So for me, what that proves is that numbers are not really real, or what the universe is using to calculate are not the numbers that we're using to calculate. They're a very good representation, and mathematicians always argue that, but like it shows us like that the number that nature is using does not have, because if we don't have that number, if we can't find that as numbers, then nature is not using that number, and therefore it's using a different method of calculation. So all words, all speech does not touch the, this is another example of like how all words, all speech does not touch the unknown, the source of creation.
Does it seem like it almost hints at infinity?
Yeah.
It's a hint that infinity exists.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
1000%.
Infinity.
That's like a mushroom trip.
Yeah, we can't really fathom infinity.
15 grams of mushrooms will help you.
Can you fathom infinity then?
And you'll fathom it, and then you'll be like, enough. I get it. Enough. I don't want to see it.
It's like a mirror reflecting
It's
an
just
image
a
over and over.
Every story you'll see it. And it's everyone needs to love. Everyone, the conclusion is the 10,000 ways we can alter from it and find it and go to it.
I remember my brother mentioned, like, in the physical realm, there is hints of infinity in, I guess moving into the spiritual realm, like understanding that. But in the physical realm, this is my brother Michael. He's a mechanical engineer. We'll have him on here at some point. But he said, like the example of reflections with the mirror, two mirrors, and the reflection bouncing back and forth. He said that doesn't go on forever because the photons eventually dissipate, and so you won't be able to see the final image in the mirror. Although you see like a hallway.
What if the photons would dissipate? What if they're in a closed container and the photons cannot escape?
That's a question for him. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, would the photons still dissipate?
Well, photons travel through solid objects.
Yeah.
So I think they still do. It would have to be some kind of photon-proof container if that even exists. So
yeah. Yeah, but the idea, I recently heard the story of mirrors, where they say when two mirrors perfectly or 100% facing each other, at that point they create infinity.
Yeah.
And if they vary from each other even by 1%, it's no longer infinity.
Because it's angled.
It's angled now. And so that like kind of shows like when we're reflecting for each other, when we look at each other perfectly, we're creating infinity, you know. It's
That's deep, man.
That's awesome that you say that, because I actually had a DMT experience with one of my best friends, and we decided to sit Indian style facing each other perfectly parallel, and we just stared each other in the right eye.
Wow.
And for him, his experience, I had a different visual experience, but when he told me his experience, he said that when he was looking at me, I turned into him.
God bless it.
Yeah. So
Wow.
he said that I am you, you are me, we are one.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was incredible, and that makes it make more sense what you said there.
yeah. And you know, living in community, when you live in community, like family for sure as well. But for me, maybe my family was not so much, but that's not the point. I'm sure in families you can find it, and I found it as well in communities, where it's like you are really dealing with yourself, and whatever you're gonna put out there, you're gonna come back and receive it right back as it is, and that's the 10,000 lifetimes. That's the 10,000 lifetimes. You're gonna put something out there. There's 10,000 things you can put out there. Really when we ask the question, what do we want? We want mercy. We want love. And you're gonna always be reminded at every single moment, and when you're blessed, it will be immediate. That's a blessing. That it's it's all gonna come back around. It's all, or just deal as if you're one person. I know there's this power hunger, but there's nobody powerful. But
So, shifting subjects, if we were to sail to Lebanon, what would that look like?
that would be very awesome, bro. That would be very awesome. We would pass by a lot of cool countries.
Heck yeah. Yeah. I mean the Mediterranean
we'd
is definitely.
stop by Portugal for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Spain, Portugal.
We got the whole Mediterranean to hit.
Oh yeah.
You know?
That's amazing.
Would we be able to do that? Or are you just like teasing me right now?
No, I mean definitely.
But how definitely, Sage? We're on the podcast right now. Maybe we end up taking our viewers with us. You know?
I mean, so the boat I have now is kind of, it's good. I trust it. But I need to put it to the test in order to trust it more. So that's why
All right. If we get 10,000 views on this podcast,
will we sell
would we start working on the boat and start our adventure to sail to Lebanon?
I don't know. I mean,
yeah. So what does it take to happen?
what does it take? I will do. If we get,
I was just talking about you being, like.
let's make it
out of
100,000.
critical thinking. 100,000. 100,000.
Yeah.
If we get 100,000 views.
If we get 100,000 views, I will sail to Lebanon.
Wow.
Like ASAP.
I will join you.
Same.
All right.
I will join as well. We will get 10,000 views. And we
No,
will-
100,000.
Oh, 100,000. We will get 100,000 views.
All right, we'll see. I mean,
All right.
I'm
I'm gonna send it out there.
oh yeah.
So what would it take?
I mean, you need a seaworthy ship. So people have crossed the oceans and
I mean, not in general. What would it take us from where we are today?
Oh, well, I mean, honestly, the boat I have in Guatemala, I think it would make an Atlantic crossing easily. But
how many days would such a journey take? What? So I keep on interrupting. Please go.
No, you're good.
Okay, through it.
That typically, if you're taking the trade winds,
It's a Lebanese trade. You're gonna go to Lebanon. You're gonna, that's what you're getting into. Constant interruptions, but full interest.
Nice. Yeah, no worries. If you're taking the trade winds, crossing the Atlantic, on average, is probably about a month. Yeah. Fact check me on that.
1 month. Would we be fishing? Would we be fishing for our food? Or would we? I mean, obviously, we're gonna take stuff with us.
Yeah, I mean,
go
we'll take as much good food as we can.
Yeah,
But
can we get fresh meat? Is
oh
fresh
yeah,
meat.
yeah. That's why I'm putting a brand new freezer in there. So I had to buy a new compressor. So
all right. Well, Hurricane Helen took over my work for now, so.
What do you mean?
Go down to the. I'm ready to work on something.
All right, cool, yeah.
Same.
We're waiting for the 100,000 views.
See.
Let's keep on working on other things.
Cheers.
Cheers. And let's shake on it. I want to shake on it.
All right.
About 31 days.
31, dude. Yeah, hey, I was right on the money.
Oh, he wants to go.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
I was right on the money. He fact checked me. Damn, I guess I am a sailor. I mean, that's kind of common knowledge.
Yeah.
In the sailing world.
Yeah.
Look at you spilling kombucha.
I'm spilling kombucha. I spilled tobacco. If you want to give me a second.
It's a Lebanese trait.
No, I want to put that on the...
I'll get used to it. Hey, everything you do, I'm judging you on your seaworthiness stuff.
Oh, I got it.
It's an American trait.
That was almost bad. Yeah, so, honestly, yeah, I mean, I think you would be a good sailor. You got what it takes.
I think I'll do okay. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I think I've equated the sea to the desert a lot. Like that endless.
Damn.
Bro, these what you've rolled, honestly, not so good.
They're working.
They're working?
Yeah.
You're high?
I don't smoke weed. What are you talking about?
It looks like you're more of a canoeer.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Oh my god.
That's how to make the fire bigger, bro. That's how you make it. Oh, yeah, I'm not getting on the ball with you.
Oh my god. Damn, I had to put out a fire with the chaka. Jeez, this podcast is too lit.
Literally. This is a fire episode, guys.
Don't worry, guys. I'm a firefighter.
It's true.
White
Yeah.
stuff on the red stuff.
Oh yeah. In this case, green stuff on the red stuff. Well, that's not the usual application, but yeah, Joey here is a firefighter paramedic. He's gonna come on the podcast too. We're gonna do a solo episode and do some paramedic horror stories and just funny stories. How you feel about that?
Sounds good.
All right.
Cool. Appreciate you guys' service for that.
Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm retired. Nah. No, I mean, sometimes it feels like after a long season, and you just get to hang out for a little bit, not have to work. That's the best part of being a wildland firefighter because, you just get that freedom.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to do it this summer, but I promised myself other things that didn't really work out.
It's all good, man.
And what I like about it is that you're making money and you're stuck there, so you can't really spend it.
Yeah.
Sort of sending yourself into like a 3-month portal.
Right.
You're like, alright, I'm just gonna jump into hell for 3 months, and when I get out of it, there's gonna be a big fat paycheck at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how being on a big ship is too. My buddy's about to ship off for like 8 months.
Yeah.
But
How much would you make in that industry?
in what, maritime?
Yeah.
I think he's gonna make roughly 10 grand a month.
He's captain in the boat.
No, he's just a cook. Yeah, it's not bad, but you're literally on the ship every day.
Yeah. But you gotta learn how to work peacefully.
Oh yeah.
A lot of anxiety about being on the boat, right? In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, he's excited, so I'm happy for him, you know.
Yeah.
He got his STCW, which is your International Mariner credential, which I recently got. So yeah, he's ready to go.
Yeah. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna get my AMT license after the functional pilot certificate.
There you go.
Alright.
Bro, you've been inspiring me. You inspire me on a very deep level. I come
Yes,
from.
sir.
I told you this first time we met. I come from a very career-oriented family. Cheers.
Cheers. Habibi.
Habibi. God bless and honor. All bless my parents. But like the culture, I don't even say the culture, but yeah, I come from like career. I always thought my career life was about a career, and then becoming like this kind of personality that like then everyone respects.
That's what's instilled to you at birth.
That's what's
in a lot of cultures.
And it totally disconnected me. It totally disconnected me
crazy.
from people, and I couldn't connect with people. The more this character grew.
Can we cut the fan off? It's getting a little
Oh,
chilly.
did that the switch?
Here, just pass the remote to the DJ over here.
Yeah.
To our technician.
Yeah.
Thank you, this is so legit. Thank you, bro. What were we talking about?
I have no idea.
Careers.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's so fucking crazy society, They want you to fucking sign a $50,000-$60,000 contract at 18 years old to fucking get a degree in political science. Like, what the fuck is wrong?
Yeah.
Make America smart again.
Yeah.
Like
what's an 18-year-old, 22-year-old with a political degree is gonna value anybody?
Dude, I've heard it from so many.
It's just like
Dude, it's literally the fucking educational epidemic is what how I feel.
Oh, you're so spot on.
Like,
everybody's an idiot.
we're evolving, dude. Like,
Everybody's an idiot.
literally, I can search anything right now and fucking study it for, 3 months
Yeah.
and be smarter than any college grad in that subject. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not like fucking.
I mean, there's learning.
There's benefits.
Learning.
I'm sorry.
Of course, there's benefits, and it's a joy. Like learning is the ultimate joy, and
Right.
when you're able to get to when you're able to get to that point in your life where all of it is learning, and everything else is just like smooth. I mean, that is like a very beautiful state, just to like explore. And you're gonna find anomalies everywhere you touch. There's actually this interesting thing, that I heard recently, that it was only recent that people considered the possibility of gaining absolute knowledge. This is only a recent phenomenon that we thought we can reach absolute knowledge. And so
So define knowledge.
Of how life is created, where we come from, and we went and we used our instruments like mathematics, and experimentation and whatever to really try and discover these things. And two, we're also attempting, look how hard we're attempting and spending resource into attempting to discover consciousness, because we're convinced that we can. But this is just a recent development. On the other side, There is the admitted. So here, what they're saying, I don't want to lose you.
Dude, I gotta take a piss really bad.
Oh my god! How can you be president if you gotta take a piss in the middle of a podcast?
Yeah, Donald Trump chapter 4.
Y'all keep going.
Yeah, they don't even know what consciousness. They don't know what it is.
The ridiculous part of it is attempting.
Mm-hmm.
It's the attempt.
Yeah.
Now it became ridiculous. Maybe it's not ridiculous, but now it's shown itself to be so ridiculous.
They only know one thing really about consciousness, and that it's tied to oxygen saturation in your brain. So once your oxygen saturation dips below a certain level, a certain number, your consciousness goes away.
Okay, let them add consciousness to something and create consciousness.
No,
Let
right.
them add oxygen to something.
No, yeah, just for humans, right?
What
Just
is
for
this?
just for animals that use oxygen. Well, it's hard to say if there's abstract consciousness in other beings than humans as well. So it's I guess there's still no proof that there's animals that think abstractly like we do.
Mm.
So here's the thing with I was thinking, do we actually want to know, what the answer is? Like who created us, all that good stuff. I feel like it's part of living.
It's definitely part of it.
Not knowing.
Definitely.
It's the fun. Like that's what
It's
makes it
definitely
interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the game.
Yeah.
It's not part of like. Yeah.
That's where faith comes in. You'll never know all the answers.
Yeah, that's definitely a part of it. I mean, if we knew everything, then we'd be,
You would live a lot differently. Like if you knew when you were gonna die, the day you were gonna die, you would live your life completely differently.
Aho. Aho matakuya-san.
What's that mean?
Fuck, I forgot, to be honest. Something like we're all beautiful. I don't know.
I heard my.
Yeah, Joe's already on it.
Thank you, Joe.
Someone taught me at Zen, but I learned so much at Zen Awakening that it's hard. Like I'm still digesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's all my relations. We are all related. It's a
Yeah.
prayer of oneness and harmony with all life.
Cool.
See, I wasn't too far off, I guess.
Yeah.
no.
We were all together in the spirit world before we decided to come here in our earthly bodies, and we will return again to the spirit world together.
Aho matakuya-san.
Oh.
Ah, man. Yeah, it was really trippy. I heard a lot of like deep, profound, expansive thoughts and messages.
Yep.
Eladriel, he was talking about how the Mayans, they had it all figured out. The planets.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands of years ago. I don't know. Quote me. Look that up too. I don't know when the fuck the Mayans created. I think it was a long time ago. Like it's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
What?
Just
What's crazy?
how we've been conscious for so long. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Our deep ancestral consciousness that's just embedded in every little micro cell in our DNA.
Yeah, the Mayans were known for their advanced knowledge in astronomy, mathematics, and calendar systems, allowing them to accurately predict astronomical events like the solar eclipse, track the movements of planets like Venus, and develop complex calendar system.
That's
How
something
long ago,
definitely-
though? How long ago?
Yeah, but they needed to do that, bro. We've been losing information. We've been losing skills, like
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I really want to learn celestial navigation. And I already know some. The best, the best star you can know is the North Star, and I know how to identify the North Star, which is very easy. You just look at the Big Dipper, and then follow the diagonal curve, and then look for the star that is basically by itself, very lit up. It's relatively by itself. It's the biggest star in a very large circumference area.
Yeah, just connecting to
If
the
you
planet,
will.
just connecting to the planet and like literally looking up to see where you're gonna go here is like such a connecting experience, you know? Like no wonder why they had so much reverence for the stars back then, because they were literally looking at them to know where they are right here.
Right.
Which is crazy. It's just absolutely, so for them, like that was, I really wish to connect to the stars in this way.
It was the pre-classic period to the classic period. So Mayans civilization existed from 1500 BC to approximately 900 AD.
Okay, so I was way off, but 1,000 years. I think I said that. But yeah, no, I mean that's beautiful. I mean, they were a key source of knowledge for sure.
Why? What happened to the Mayans? How did they like?
The Spanish took over.
The Spanish, huh?
They really fucked them up, man.
Why didn't they use the stars to see them coming? You see, this
You can't. You can't.
You can't.
Well,
You can't.
you can't.
You can't.
Sadly, no.
You can't.
They came from another planet.
You know, I think that's where, you know, I just realized while I was talking that's where, like, we were using the stars before for actual navigation, and then people, like, just took that into, like, another sense and into another realm of, like, trying to actually see into the future and predict the future and call themselves fortune tellers.
Sure. So, who was your favorite performer / workshop this weekend?
I really liked the black couple that came on. I know here, is that okay to say in America to identify someone? But I think it's fine. It's fine. In our culture, it's fine to identify someone. Anyway,
Sure.
Yeah,
Person of darker pigment.
That was my favorite performance. So I mean,
We're all
that's
shades
what
of
I'm
brown.
singling out as my favorite.
They were my
performance.
favorite as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were singing some very powerful like songs.
God bless it.
Yeah, I felt that energy. I felt like a child in the forest running again. I felt
Yeah.
they really gave me that wild feeling.
Yeah.
And then Creature.
Oh, he was really good,
With
dude.
a K-R and a 3. That's how you spell it, Creature. Super good.
Yeah, he was on the guitar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like DJing, yeah, it was awesome. I always like Brielle and Flint Blade was great.
Flint Blade is awesome. It took me a while to get him, by the way. Like, first of all, like I didn't get his show, and then I saw the genius of it. Like, he put on a show once for us. It was like a very intimate crowd of like 7 people, and he just let a stream of consciousness flow that was so incredible, you know. And he would use his tools and play songs and interrupt himself with the music and the things, and just like he was playing all these characters all at once, and it was like I was amazed. I'm like, bro, that was.
Oh yeah, he's a smart guy, man.
He's a very smart guy.
Yeah, we might have him on the podcast too.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, 100%.
You should ask him how we met the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. Ask him about the ice cream.
Nice. Yeah, I think we'll have like I'll try to have like a jam podcast in here with him. Get like the loop recorder going.
Yeah. He plays his what is it called? The slapstick. It's called the slapstick.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a slapstick.
Is that the technical name or?
Yeah, that's his name. You can check it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Play some slapstick.
And obviously the drum circle around the sacred fire and the different people playing guitar and singing music around the sacred fire. That was probably my favorite set. The sacred fire.
You
set.
could look up on
Thank
like
you.
go do YouTube on.
I'm gonna take some credit.
Wait,
for that.
yeah, that's not it.
We were both singing in there.
Bro,
No, it's
awesome.
not called a
That song was
slapstick. You could
awesome.
put a string instrument.
Yeah, I felt I fully opened up.
Yeah, it was amazing. We were dancing together, stomping around the fire.
Stop, that was fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, it's a slapstick's an electric percussion instrument that can sound like a stringed instrument, especially a slap bass.
Cool.
Slap at the bass man.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like,
Sweet.
you can pull up a picture of it. You gotta see.
Yeah. Or I could look it up on here too, but
Yeah. It's
that
just
is
like-
not it. What he's pulling up in the pictures, that's not it. Maybe it's just a different instrument. Are you talking about the stringed instrument?
Yeah.
Yeah. What he's looking up, nah. It's like a.
It's like
It's
a
like one of
torture
those.
device.
No, it looks like a
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
you
yeah.
would spank someone with.
Yeah.
But,
I really like the sitar.
oh yeah,
That's
sitar.
what I
is
Spanking
nice.
was originally used as a method of torture. I think.
Yeah.
Now we've pleasure.
Right.
Spank. Ooh. It's like you're gonna get a spanking. Mom, stop being weird.
Spanking originated in English common law,
I think it originated. Oh, okay.
which provided a defense for parents who used reasonable physical punishment on their children. In the early 20th century, American men often spanked their wives and girlfriends as a form of domestic discipline, and this was a common trope
What
in
did
American
they call it?
films.
A reasonable what?
They called it a reasonable physical punishment.
We have the term.
I'm actually gonna tell y'all something pretty vulnerable. I actually got spanked when I was a child, so
How was that? That was
By
not fun.
by my principal actually.
What?
Yeah, dude. I grew up in the fucking country, man. But they didn't give a fuck. But some bullshit. I think it was for a
Was it-
bullshit reason too,
Oh.
which pissed me off even more. But
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, "That's never happening again."
Cool. Glad to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
mom's
started
can be
telling
ferocious. My mom was ferocious.
Yeah,
My
'cause
mom
they
was
had to
very
get a-
ferocious.
I guess I don't even know if they like actually got a consent form for when I like, you know, back in the day, like they didn't have all the fucking forms you fill out. It used to be like, "Oh, is it good?" They
Bro,
probably
What
just
you
like
mean
verbal.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
you're like not from the 1960s, you know. What do you mean back in the day?
But,
You're like 2000.
Alright, yeah, I know.
You know, you're probably still in 11th grade or something. How old are you, by the way?
What's your birthday?
Why?
I'm not
That's-
asking for his astrology chart.
Maybe I'm not personal. I don't know. I consent to.
I'll tell you why I don't believe in it, by the way. I'd love to tell. Yeah, but yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm not that old, but
You don't consent to revealing your age over the internet?
people already know. They can look that up if they
Come
want.
on.
But
Okay, fine.
all right, I'm level 30. Okay. There we
Alright.
go.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, you were 15. You were 2005.
I was no, dude. I was
2006,
younger. I was like
2007, bro. What are you talking about?
I
You
was
didn't
like
have,
10.
You didn't have consent forms in 2000. Okay.
So
So you were like, it was 2001, bro. It was like 2003.
2001? No, it's
2003.
something like that. Yeah.
4 even.
I don't know, something like that. But yeah,
Where were you? Where were you at?
I was in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. All right, Oklahoma. Shout out Oklahoma.
I got some Oklahomies. Shout out my Oklahomies.
Heck yeah.
Still giving.
So yeah, childhood trauma. I've already healed my childhood trauma though.
Yeah.
So.
What did that manifest like? What did that manifest? That trauma. What did that manifest into? And how did that like release for you?
Probably through ayahuasca.
Release to ayahuasca.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I sat with ayahuasca the second time, I pretty much saw like everyone I've ever loved in my life,
So,
and it
So
was
all
powerful.
your relations. So all your relations.
Yeah.
Just like we were talking about in the dinner table. That's the last end of days. That's the end of days.
Yeah.
You're gonna meet all the relations. It's
Mhm.
vanity.
Mm.
You know, like we're pretending, and we get to play this game of forgetfulness, like you were saying. We get to play this game of forgetfulness and pretend we're in smaller containers than we are. We can go to the bar, and pretend we're just gonna meet someone for one night and then leave and that's it. But no, every single one is carried with you forever.
Yeah, they say,
And but by the way, just everything. If I'm gonna sound like I'm preachy, everything that I'm preaching about, I've messed up majorly. So yeah, not really not intending to or wanting to be better than in any way of anyone.
Oh, I didn't feel any ego at all.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, just so we feel safe to explore that space. Yeah.
I think
100%.
I think it's cool how you said your second time doing ayahuasca healed your inner child. Because I'm about to go on a journey for my second ayahuasca ceremony, and my intention is going to be to heal my inner child.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it'll definitely help.
Yeah.
Do you know what tribe you're sitting with, or?
Not sure. The shaman that did the ceremony for my first one a few months ago, we did it in Michigan on my buddy's property, and it was magical. But he's going to take care of the phone calls and arrange the ceremony for me. So
Nice, man.
I want to ask you though.
If you're in, sorry, I just want to say one thing. If you're in Pucallpa, definitely let me know. I have a lot of friends over there.
Pucallpa? Okay.
Yeah, it's a city in Peru.
Oh,
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I love these exchanges. Yeah.
Joseph, you want to pass that around?
But what was it? Does that have weed in it?
Uh,
I should.
maybe a tiny amount.
Oh my god, yeah. Whatever.
Have you sat with ayahuasca before?
I want to no. Before that, your ayahuasca thing. How you said you released it? Okay. How when you released it? What was the change in behavior, or what was like the growth from it? I'm just gonna wrote something about it.
What was the what now?
What was the change for you? Like what changed? What was the difficulty you were going through? The thing that you didn't feel like. What cracked open? What was the trauma? What was,
I mean,
take us on that journey.
man, I did write about it in my
Please.
book. So, if
Also
you,
a book writer.
yes,
Jesus,
this
bro.
shout out my book.
Everybody's fucking wasting their
Wow.
time in college.
This is the first book I ever wrote.
This guy.
This is Reflections of the Ocean. So,
I didn't realize your name was on there.
original copy. Yeah.
Oh my god. Is it for
It's,
sale? Is it for sale?
Yes, it's available on Amazon.
Oh my god.
It's officially 66 pages. It's kind of, I mean, if you want to check it out, feel free to read an excerpt if you feel called.
March 19th, 2021. Day 5. Already. Can you give us some context?
Day 5. Well,
I'm gonna save this.
okay.
And I want to go back.
All right.
This is page 55.
Donald Trump over here. That's what he does. It's the same as book here.
What does he do?
Anyway,
another 10.
He's a
No.
multitasker. He jumps
No.
around different topics. He's
Yeah.
really good at it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I won, baby. Let's go.
Bro, I don't like, I love him as a human being.
Sure.
As a human being. But like as the brand, Donald Trump, I'm not gonna worship anything.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Any
I
kind
don't.
of,
I'm just joking. Honestly, I mean.
He's a man that needs.
They're all
that need
puppets.
I need our prayers.
Well, yeah.
That's
He
what I
does. Yeah. Hopefully, he's less of a puppet. Is what I'm trying to say.
Bro, he is part of the cosmic play. It's come to us so full circle. We've gotten somebody literally called Donald Trump. He's a hand grenade thrown at this ridiculousness that we've all been feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, this is the people's purest. It's like a fart joke that defeats the galactic empire. That's Donald Trump. He's with all respect and
100%.
love to Donald Trump, I didn't mean anything, but all seriousness and uptightness when somebody just comes and just gets it out there, you know. He's a legend. Dave Chappelle says it, you know, the moment he said, yeah, I don't pay taxes because I use the loopholes, the same loopholes that your donors use, and you're pretending that you're any different.
Yeah.
He won.
Yeah.
He just won. And she's stinky anyway. She's done a lot of things in international politics. I don't care about, you know, what's her brand image. This woman's record is filthy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I really didn't like that she was in the business of making criminals out of people
Bro,
that
she's Abu
carry
Ghraib.
medicine.
She's Abu Ghraib. She's Abu Ghraib. The prison. This is the first time This is the first time torturing prisoners. That's huge. This is America started torturing prisoners.
Really?
Under her. This is the truth. Bro, a lot of things in American politics, you know, like here, the news, it's unfortunate. Here, people are either uninformed or misinformed, mostly, you know, on many topics. You know, if you want to go out to your sources, now we have the internet, God bless it. We have Joe Rogan, God bless you. Shout out Joe Rogan.
Yes. God bless you.
Yeah, we got Trump now. We got the Avengers with him.
Yeah.
We got RFK. I'm very glad RFK, and you know.
It's the no mess around gang.
We got Elon
Hopefully we'll
Musk
see.
doing an audit on government. By the way, you know, government and the Pentagon hasn't passed an audit for like the past 7 years.
Yeah.
You know, in 2001, when a plane hit the Pentagon, the only one of the only things that were destroyed were records of $2.3 trillion worth of expenditure for the Pentagon. They're like, oh, we only kept our records of where we spent $2.3 trillion in that particular room that an airplane smashed into in 9/11.
That's
Guys.
some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
Guys,
Oh, you already
everything's
know.
gonna come out very soon, by the way.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna come out very fucking soon.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I hope to God he stays safe and continues and sleeps peace and continues his presidency and dies peacefully in his sleep. I pray that's what this guy is, like you said, with his wife, comfortable together, him and Melania, beautiful Melania. He's so awesome. You guys remember that joke he did? Remember that joke he did at the gala? When he's like, this is how you know that the press is treating me unfairly. Michelle Obama writes a speech, goes, delivers the speech, says the speech, and everybody claps and love it. Melania writes the same speech, delivers it, and everybody hates it. It's so funny. He was like basically making fun. The people who wrote the speech were messed it up. You know, basically used Michelle Obama's speech. Yeah.
That's so
You almost sounded like up there too. That was perfect. I love it.
Bro, so many. He gave us great content for 4 years, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's been a wasteland. It's been a barren wasteland since he's gone.
We're gonna have.
But this was great for him. This 4 years break was great because he became much more centered. He became much more complete in art. He observed himself a lot. He took in, you know, he really took in this attention, this love and attention. He took it in, and it really grew him.
Yeah.
And most importantly, I feel like I can see that he knows that it's the love that grew him. And now he's focused on that more.
Yeah.
He's honed in on that now. You know?
Amen.
Right? I believe so. I believe so. I'm very optimistic, man. You know, really, I'm very optimistic because the world is in a very dark place. The world, it's really on the edge, and we need America. We need the positive America. You know, the Chinese name for America is, please check me if I'm wrong, but like the land of the rising earth, and they call themselves like the Middle Earth, and they call America like this. So there is like even a feeling of like, you know, this Bill of Rights. It's like a thing, you know what I mean? Like this abundance, this security in this land has given man the opportunity to build a country like like there was no country ever before.
Right. I'm grateful.
America is, and
Grateful
we
to be
need
born here.
America. We need America to be a real bastion of peace on this world, you know, and mercy. If you're the strongest, then you need to be merciful. If you've proven that you're the strongest, then you have to be merciful. You don't exceed strength into oppression. After you've defeated your enemy, you no longer need strength. That becomes oppression. And America's been number one, and instead of trying to lead the world, they're playing it like a race car driver, and they're just slowing everyone down just to make sure they stay in number one for as long as possible. And that's like what we have to grow past and evolve past, and what I feel like we really have a chance to do, and what we're gonna get to actually. You know, America's, you know, land of the free, home of the brave. It's gonna show these people don't represent America. And by the way, the whole world knows this. The whole world knows that the American government is not the American people. People around the world don't hate Americans. By the way, please go enjoy the world, travel. When you hear some place is dangerous, forget that. That's a fucking psyop. Go and enjoy the hospitality and the culture of oneness all around the world that has not been infiltrated by individualism.
Aho.
Oh.
You are safe and welcome. Americans, American people, you are safe and welcome all around the world.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, come down to Guatemala. Like, my friend will give you a massage for $30 an hour. Like, you know, it's.
I'll give you a better massage, but I'll charge more.
I hear that, man. I mean, literally, like a plate of food this big, I paid, I don't know, like $5.
That's my dream, brother.
Yeah.
Brother, that's my dream.
Quality
I
food.
want quality food for a cheap price, right next to an awesome wave. Coconuts. Drink coconuts exclusively.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm going to Costa Rica.
I might be heading to Ecuador.
Ecuador.
I might go see these people.
Quitos, or
It's,
you have to fly into Quitos.
yeah, whatever. I don't know. It's irrelevant for me.
Yeah, just be careful, man. Keep your phone, deep in your pocket.
I'm not the target, bro.
Oh, I feel it.
I'm not the target. I'm not the target.
Oh, I know.
You just don't want to lose your phone.
I'm honestly just saying that so
I'm
everyone
careless.
else use it. So.
Oh, you just. Oh, sorry. I already forgot.
Nah, yeah.
Chinese. It's refreshing to hear your optimism. That's,
Do you anyone have a crazy travel story? Too many. Too fucking many.
I'll save it.
Let's hear yours then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of travel story do you want?
Something that was the most profound, I guess.
Or give me. May I suggest? Dangerous. Give us one of your dangerous. Give us one of your. Holy shit! What do I do now?
Yeah.
I was sailing from.
Oh, by the way, right before, I want to just say something. It will increase the quality of that story. It will increase the quality of that story.
Shut up.
You know, giraffes have the biggest hearts in the animal kingdom.
Did you know that?
Oh.
And it's obvious, you believe it because they have the highest heads and it needs to pump high. So the higher the head is, the bigger the heart is. So if you want your heart to feel like you want to expand your heart, raise your head. So that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
So go ahead.
Alright.
Thanks, Bert.
So we're in an expanded heart state. Yes. For the story. Please take me away.
So, where was I? Oh yeah, I was sailing. I had just unloaded some crew in Isla Mujeres, We had sailed from Key West to Isla Mujeres,
Where's that?
Mexico.
Okay.
It wasn't too bad of a sail. We had some gales blow through, but nothing too crazy.
You're allowed to just like pick up. You can pick up a boat. Sorry, you pick up a boat and you go directly to another country. You know, you need your paperwork. It's all.
Can we tilt that light up because it's like I feel like I'm dodging lasers.
I love that laser that I was watching. Go
You know,
by.
yeah. Will it reach the here?
What does the laser touch in the air? How can you see the laser?
Smoke.
It's not smoke.
Up in smoke.
Anyways, let me finish my story. Thank you.
Don't finish it.
It never finishes.
Yeah.
So we're sailing. You know, we go through some gales. It's fine. You know, that's a whole other story. But I'm gonna go to the part where just keep it simple. Isla Mujeres to, basically. I think we went to Escalac as far. Well, no, we went from Isla Mujeres to Cozumel, but yeah, it was kind of a tough sail because the current through there is pretty strong. It's really strong.
What kind of boat were you on?
I was on my Endeavor.
What's
I have
that?
a 32 Endeavor.
Okay.
Shout out Tranquilo.
Yeah.
My pride and joy.
Are we gonna see that? Hopefully, it's still around.
Yeah, it's in Guatemala.
Yeah.
Oh well, that one. Yeah, the one in Key Largo is Aurora.
All right.
But yeah. So, anyways, it was just a lot. You know, I was about to. We actually gave up at one point because like I had to put up so much sail area and there had to be so much wind that like it was not letting us steer through the current.
You were using sails, not a motor.
Just sails. I had no motor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this like a?
I sailed the entire way from all the way from Pine Island to
Was this like a
Guatemala.
luxury cruise you were giving, or like
No, I was
transport?
in my personal sailing vessel.
in your personal sailing vessel, doing work, transporting people from? one
No,
country?
just leisure,
leisure. Awesome.
if you will. I don't know. I mean,
You said you were dropping off guys.
so yeah, I had a crew, but
Yeah.
they could only do a certain segment.
Okay.
So
Okay. It wasn't like you weren't on a job or anything.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had 2 Italians that I picked up from sailboat hitchhikers. They tried to mutiny on my ass.
Wow, that's a thing. The what? Oh my god.
Yeah, man. So
Did you kill him?
no,
What happened?
I kicked them off my boat as soon as we got to Mexico.
Yeah. Why would they try to mutiny?
They just, I don't know, man. Some people that they weren't used to the amount of like the old school way of sailing like I do. I guess you know.
Okay.
If I had to put that short, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, they get off. My buddy Coconut Dave gets off. Shout out Coconut Dave. And what else? Yeah, I mean, so I'm sitting there. Yeah, Coconut. The
Italian
Italians.
sticker of Coconut Dave, you know, you got a sticker. Yeah. I think
So-
he needs a sticker.
The Italians, they make themselves scars, you know, and so there I'm like, fuck, man, I have no crew. Because Coconut Dave hangs out for a couple days. He helps me get the boat reset a little bit, you know. And then, but he's got to go pick coconuts. So he had to go.
You don't say.
And yeah, so I'm like, fuck, who am I gonna have on his crew? So I posted again in Sailboat Hitchhikers, and the Scottish chick hit me up. Shout out Elisa. But yeah, she helped me out.
Crazy.
Yeah, she helped me get the boat from Isla Mujeres down to Rio Dulce. So she was a big help.
Yeah.
I had a lot of help along the way. Shout out Huacho, rest in peace, actually, Captain Huacho. He was a legendary Mexican captain. Yeah, he helped me. He let me moor my sailboat basically in his front lawn or backyard, really. Dude, it's so crazy. People just live on the beach, man. It's a good life.
Yeah.